There has been some massive news for Season 8 of Disney Speedstorm. We have our official release date revealed, we have 2 characters revealed, our first look at the brand new track, and more. It is a ton of exciting stuff, so without further ado, let's hop straight into it, beginning with the release date of Season 8. I'm sure, as you all know by now, Season 8 is going to be Inside Out themed, super exciting, launching pretty close to when the new movie Inside Out 2 is going to come out, so it makes a lot of sense. And today, just a couple of minutes ago, we got our official release date. They said, "Are you ready for an emotional roller coaster ride?" The next season of Disney Speedstorm, inspired by Disney and Pixar's Inside Out, starts on June 13th. And then we got this little video here where you can see a glimpse of the track. You obviously have the memory orb ball, whatever, right there. And then inside of it, there is a glimpse at the new track, which obviously takes place inside of Riley's mind. And we have our date confirmed at the end, June 13th, which is in exactly a week from today, which means there is going to be no delays for this season, which I think is the first time in a very long time that we have not gotten a delay. Both seasons 5 and 6 were incredibly long, the longest 2 seasons of Disney Speedstorm ever. In fact, this season is a whole 2 weeks shorter than those two. So I'm very glad we're back to having no delays, because it really sucked for a while when the season was about to end and then they would extend it. Especially last season, it felt excruciating with how silent they were towards the end of the season. So I'm glad we're back to sort of a normal content flow, and hopefully they can keep this up at whatever cost. You know, I definitely like the shorter seasons a lot more, just to keep the flow of the game going, and then, you know, we can move on through our roadmap, get a new one coming. Moving on to our next bit of news, we obviously have a bunch of new racers coming in Season 8, probably 5 seasonal racers in the form of the 5 main emotions: joy, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust. And then obviously the mid-season racers that we won't know about until the season actually starts, but we do know about joy and sadness specifically. They have both been officially revealed and we have our first look at them. So let's take a look, starting with joy. Disney Speedstorm posted, "Joy will be bringing positivity to each and every pit stop in Disney Speedstorm Season 8. And then there you can see Joy's picture. Joy joins the race in Season 8. I'm not gonna lie, of all the designs in Disney Speedstorm, all the reveal posts we've seen, there have been a few questionable ones, but I think this one takes the cake. This was just bizarre. One, I'm just gonna go out and say it, I don't know that I love Joy's design. Like, it's not terrible, don't get me wrong. It's fairly movie accurate and she looks okay, but in my opinion, something about her is just a little bit off. I think it's because she doesn't have that kind of glow, weird texture that she does in the movie. And because of that, she kind of looks like a Disney World meet and greet character more than she does Joy from the movie. So, you know, that's interesting. And then the car, I think, is one of the most out there designs we've had. I don't know if I hate it or if I love it, but it is certainly very interesting and bold. And I'm glad they're at least, you know, putting themselves out there, taking some bigger risks with the car designs, because it's very interesting. And, you know, it definitely goes along with the theme of Inside Out, of being just super crazy and whimsy and experimental. And so for that reason, I like it. Obviously, the color scheme for Joy is on point. The sort of yellowish color and blues that she's got going on. And overall, Joy's design isn't bad. It's not my favorite character design that we've ever gotten. Now, to talk about Joy's class and predictions of what she's going to be like in-game, based off of some leaks that we saw a long time ago, it is very likely that Joy's epic crew member is going to be Happy Riley. It seems like all of the emotions are going to have Riley as their crew member, just in different forms. So for example, sadness, her epic crew member would be Riley, but Riley when she is sad. Which makes a lot of sense and is actually a pretty clever idea, because in my opinion, I don't think there's enough Inside Out characters to fully represent like everyone to have their own epic crew member. Like, the emotions don't really bond with anyone other than themselves and Riley, of course. For Joy's class, I'm thinking Speedster, just because Speedster seems to be like the default class. Like, all the happy-go-lucky characters kind of tend to be speedsters, and I think Joy fits right into that, where she's just speedster. It just makes sense, you know, she's happy, she's fast, she's quick, high energy character. It makes sense for her to be a speedster in my opinion. For her ability, I honestly don't know what they're going to do. I'm really curious to see all of the emotions abilities. I think if any of them have something to do with memory orbs, it's going to be Joy, because Joy doesn't really have any powers or anything like that. Like Anger uses fire at some point in the movie, Sadness has her rain cloud and stuff like that. Joy doesn't really do anything super magical, so I think if any of them have something to do with memory orbs, it's going to be Joy, also because she's like the main one, she's in charge of the memory orbs or whatever, so that makes sense for me. Maybe she throws them or something like that, I don't know. Or maybe it could have something to do with Bing Bong. Maybe like she summons Bing Bong's car to give her a speed boost. I don't know. There's a lot they could do, but I'm definitely curious to see what all of the emotions abilities are going to be like. But moving on to Sadness, Disney Speedstorm posted just the other day, "Don't be blue, Sadness is joining the race in season 8 of #Disney Speedstorm." And there you can see Sadness's post, "Sadness joins the race in season 8." Now, for Sadness, I definitely like her design a lot more than Joy. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like more like they nailed Sadness's design more than they did Joy. You can see her slumped over on the car. She looks incredible. I'm definitely happy with her design. She's taken basically straight from the movie. They nailed it, in my opinion. The one problem I do have with Sadness's picture is I think her cart livery is a little interesting. I don't know how I feel about like the little raindrop pattern that they have going on the car. I think it's a little bit weird, but it is probably going to be her deluxe livery, so I'll just be using a different cart skin than that one. And obviously it's the same overall cart design that they have as Joy's car. And I do really like Sadness's wheels. I think they look super futuristic and cool, and so I'm a big fan of them, just not this particular cart skin. The wings as well look great, and there's like a little colorful panel on the side of her car. I don't know what that is, but it looks cool and it's a nice touch. And overall, I definitely really like Sadness's design. Her character looks incredible, and I really hope Sadness has voice acting, because I think she has some of the funnier voice lines. If I had to guess, I would say that Joy and Sadness are probably going to be the ones with voice lines, and everyone else is going to be left out, unfortunately. And for Sadness's epic crew member, obviously, like I already discussed, it's most likely going to be Sad Riley. That makes the most sense. And as for her ability, like I mentioned before, I think she'll have something to do with a rain cloud, because she uses that. I mean, she has water droplets on her car skin. It just makes sense in my opinion, and I don't know what else they would do without making her super close to some of the other emotions abilities. And as for Sadness's class, I think Sadness is going to be a defender. That's what I've heard a lot of other people saying. I can't exactly like put a finger on why she would be a defender. It just makes sense, you know? She just gives off defender vibes, I guess. I mean, that's all we really have for the emotions. They don't have super strong personalities. They all kind of just represent their emotion. And for some reason, Sadness just kind of fits into that defender playstyle. I don't really know why, but it definitely makes sense, and I would be happy to see Sadness as a defender. But let me know in the comments all of your predictions for Joy and Sadness, who you think their epic crew members, classes, and abilities. I'm really curious to hear all of your thoughts on that. We do also have some more news. Before each of these emotions were revealed, we got these little short teaser videos that showcase the track. You can see in the first one, it sort of shows the memory tube with a sad and happy emotion going down it. Not really more than that. I mean, you can see the big like memory walls in the back of Riley's mind. And then the other one that we have is a picture of the train of thought sort of driving around the track, which looks super cool. And pretty much confirms that there's going to be a train on the track at some point, whether it is just a decoration in the background or whether it's an actual obstacle or something that you can interact with on the track. I don't know yet. I'm really hoping it's the latter. It's always fun when tracks have nice interactive elements. You know, I think the Sugar Rush track might have gone a little bit over the top with the amount of obstacles there are in it. I mean, like the wind and the gumballs and all of that was just a little bit too much in my opinion. And the train could be something positive, you know. I think it's always better to have interactive elements on a track that actually help you out rather than hurt you, just because it's a more fun experience to have stuff that makes you go faster rather than stuff that you have to avoid and stuff that slows you down. And so I think there's a lot of good potential there for them to use the train. Like, it is the train of thought and it is glowing blue in that little short video, so maybe that means it's a positive thing, unlike the train on the steamboat track, what's it called, the silver screen, where that train is negative and you're trying to avoid it the whole time. They could have something a little more positive here. And guys, there is a ton of more Season 8 news that I haven't even covered in this video. We have some new leaks, we have a bunch of information about some of the upcoming pit stops, like there is the change to immunity at the start of the race, there's the rank system, which I already made a video on, go check that out, it is my latest video on the channel besides this one. And there's just a ton of stuff to be excited for in Season 8 of Disney Speedstorm. We have 2 to 3 more racer reveals coming up, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of the Season 8 news in Disney Speedstorm. I am honestly getting pretty excited for the Inside Out season, which I wasn't expecting personally because I'm just not a huge fan of Inside Outs. But I'm getting hyped. I'm ready for this new season, ready to enjoy it with the launch of Inside Out 2 coming up. Let me know, who are you more excited for, joy or sadness? What do you think of the release date? Are you guys happy that we're finally getting a shorter season? Because I definitely am. And just let me know all of your thoughts on the Season 8 news in the comments below, and I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, everybody.